Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about another Shopify project, that Shopify Fulfillment Automation project. In this video, we did not add in any AI agent, so it is just an role-based automation. So there is no any kind of open AI or there is no any AI agent. Let me execute this workflow and will show you how this entire project will work. This is my store. Shopify store was very important. Without store, we cannot do any kind of automations. Now I'm gonna open, these are all the orders we got it from the customer. I'm gonna open one of the order which was unfulfilled. That would be this one. This is the one that unfulfilled. And I just wanted to give a small intro, not an intro. I just wanted to give a small definition of the unfulfilled. Unfulfilled means we got an order from the customer, and then we have to get that order, and we need to pack it, and then we need to pick up, and we need to pack it, and then we need to hand over to the delivery partner, and then that's how, and that's when the entire process was going to start, and then it's we are gonna call it as the fulfillment was created. Now what I'm going to do was, let me execute this entire workflow. Now in this, I'm just mark as the fulfillment, and we shipping carrier was, we'll go with the FedEx, and we gonna give a kind of sample tracking number. Now I'm gonna mark as the fulfill. We can clearly see this entire workflow was started running, and within seconds was we can see all kind of notification. For example, we cleaned the data, set fulfillment data, and we got all the data here, and then we got the order details. Based on that, then we are gonna log all the fulfillment processing data into the Superbase. Along with that, we are checking our email tracking data. Then we are sending fulfillment email. On top of that, we are just marking email as they sent. At last, finally, we are sending Slack notification and the login fulfillment details. We're done with this workflow execution. Let me show you what kind of details we had into the soup base. We will get the data, and this is the ID and the fulfillment ID and the order ID and the customer name. This is the customer name and the customer email, tracking number, and the email sent and created it. This is the row we got, and the notification in the Slack that order was the shipped, and the customer name, customer tracking number, tracking URL, and some of the things. And then we got this is the details and must store your order is on the way. We can see the order. Then we got order was basically it's dispatch. Literally it's a dispatch, and the order was gonna reach us soon, any kind of time. And we had another email that this is the hi, yeah, Harika, good news for your order, shipping carrier and tracking number, track your number, and thank you for shopping with us. This is the kind of email we are sending to the customer to reminding that your order was dispatched and you are going to get it soon. And at last, and we are going to, and this is not this, I'm going to talk about this one. And these are all the things that we got an email, then Slack notification, and then we are storing the data. Last, we are also storing the data into these Google Sheets. Now, what I'm gonna do was, I'm gonna explain this entire workflow, and you can set it up for all the things how I did it, and you can if you want this JSON file, and then you wanted to practice it or you wanted to implement it, and then do a comment or connect with me on LinkedIn, and then I'm gonna share it with you. Otherwise, it wouldn't. I'm not going to take that much of time here. We don't have any AI agent, or just we have a couple of notes. We are just sending the fulfillment email, Slack notification, and we are just storing the data. I'm just gonna take a couple of minutes, and then I'm gonna explain to you how this entire workflow will work. The first things first, first node will go with the Shopify fulfillment trigger. Let me open this node. The credential was Shopify account. The trigger on fulfillment created. We had so many triggers for, but in our project we took the fulfillment created, and that's it. In this node we don't have anything to talk about that much. And the next node, we have set fulfillment data. For example, let me open this node. We had lot of things What I'm going to do, the same data, I'm going to pin it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to execute this one node. Then we got any data. In this set node, we don't have any data. Of course, we have. Is it executing entire? Let me refresh it once and we'll start from the beginning. It's taking entire workflow and things, so I need to look into it and let's see how it's gonna work. We got the data from the trigger. Now we had set node. Set node is very important, as I explained in my previous videos. So whenever we wanted to clean the data, we can go with the set node, and I just rename set fulfillment data. In that, I took fulfillment ID, order ID, and customer email, customer name, tracking number, tracking company, tracking URL. Most of the things, whatever the required details, we need to go with that. I took it. Now I'm going to execute this step. We got all the details, fulfillment ID, customer email, and whatever required details. I just wanted to get the tracking URL. It was showing null. I don't know why. Might be I. It was null. I just wanted to get it from this node. If whatever you want, if you wanted to drag it, drag and drop, just you need to come here. You need to set whatever you want. We just need to get it here, but I did not got any URL here. That's the Shopify issue. That's not our issue, I think. Let me open this order. This is the order, and of course, most of the things was here. We can see more options. We don't know where I'm gonna get that, but no worries at all. I'll look into it then. We'll just go with that URL. The URL was null as of now. Let me execute this again. Let me look into this. Okay, okay. Then what I'm going to do was here, we have third node that get order details, the order ID, operation was get, resource was order, and again the same credentials. What you can do was you can just remove this, and the previous node was the order ID. You can just drag this one and just drop it here, and that's how we can get. After executing this step, again we are going to get all the details based on the order ID. We are not going to use all the details again, so we just wanted to see whatever we want, and we are going to use that. As of now, we don't have any data here. Let me delete this. Otherwise, we are going to get an error. I am going to explain it later. Then there is an empty data. And coming to this node, this is same node as same as like the Google Sheets, that we are storing data, all the data. For example, whatever we are seeing, that set fulfillment data, that ID, order ID, and customer name, tracking number. Most of the things we are gonna save. You can see that a resource was row, operation create, the table we need to take, and data to send different below each column. We'll go with that. Then fields to send. Of course, you can take all the column, fulfillment ID. You can select all the columns, and you just need to drag and drop from their previous node to here, and that's how it will work. Let me execute this step. It went into the success. That means there is no row existed based on that fulfillment ID. So that was a new row and new order. We got, would we successfully store all the data into the Superbase? We got it here. Let me show you. It's gonna take a while. We got the data. Then we have if node. We had two conditions in the if node. That's check email and the tracking data. The email ID was this, and then tracking number was this. If the both should match, then we are going to get the details. The both condition was matched, then we got all the details into the true branch. Then we had, let me do this thing properly. Now we are going to send fulfillment email. We set up to and the subject and the message, and this is the We are using the HTML format, and you can just get it from the ChatGPT. And if you want, and I can send this JSON file to you guys, and then you can use it exactly how it was. Execute this step, and we'll see now right away how we got an email. And this is the email we got, same as like that, like shipping carrier, tracking number, all the details. Now, what I'm going to do was, we had mark email as the sent. Whatever the now we sent an email to the customer, right? Literally, so we just need to mark email sent was the false as of now. After sending the email, we are going to do mark it as the true. Now we can see this false will become to the true. Until then, we do we're gonna see that we are going to send a Slack notification to our team, and everything was same as usual. Channel name, and this is the message we are sending to our team, that we'll see exactly how we are going to get that same order shipped. And this is the order ID and the carrier and tracking number, and this is the URL, tracking URL. Of course, that was an empty. I need to look into that again. After that, we need to check this one, right? So email was sent, so that becomes an true. Let me close this. Let me come back. And at last, again, we are going to save all the data into the fulfillment details. These are all the data we are going to save into these sheets. Again, we can see Shopify, we got in a data. We didn't get that tracking URL. And this is how it's going to work, this entire project. We can clearly see all the green mark and how the data was passed from one node to another node. But we had four nodes here that I'm going to show you how these things was going to work. Let me, for example, we are checking this if node was based on these two conditions. One is the email ID, one is the order ID. For example, we did not get the order ID. The order ID was the empty. For example, we don't have that order ID. If I execute this one, then it will come into the false node. And in this Slack notification, again, this would be sent. Of course, this would be sent. The same thing, same Slack notification, but different thing. Fulfillment data was missing. For example, we need to get that email ID along with that what the what exactly the order ID. But we are missing something. Then we are sending that Slack notification. Here, please check the order in Shopify and update the missing information. Something was missing that we are reminding our team to work on that and do something on that. And same thing, we are sending missing fulfillment alert to our team, our manager, or our lead. For that, I'm gonna open this one now, 910, and this is the latest one. We can see high team missing fulfillment information detected for following order. This is the thing, and this is how it's gonna work. Now, and below, we had, when we are storing log fulfillment processing data into the superbase, we had an error branch. Why? For example, sometimes this trigger will activated multiple times. For example, the same fulfillment ID will become, there is a chances and there is a possibilities, and that's when I implemented unique ID as the Shopify fulfillment ID. It's not going to allow any kind of duplicates. One unique ID means one unique ID. Fulfillment ID was there. So if I try to insert the same row again, it will come into the error. That means duplicate fulfillment alert. Again, we are going to send in a new two notifications. One is the duplicate fulfillment alert, as well as the send duplicate fulfillment alert email on top of this Slack notification, and that's how it's gonna work. And the same thing again, same like our previous two notes. We just need to change that message text, as well as the in the Gmail also. We just need to change that message text, and again we can see that I just need to mark as read, and let me refresh it once. We got another one that duplicate Shopify fulfillment events was detected, and again this another duplicate. There isn't a duplicate data, so we are not allowing that to to send any kind of notifications on that. And of course, another thing that duplicate fulfillment detected and fulfillment ID or ID customer notification was not sent. This is how it will work. This entire project we tested how if the data was new, if the order was new, fulfillment was done, then it will gonna send a fulfillment email, Slack notifications, and everything. And for example, if the fulfillment ID was already existed, then it's not going to do anything. It's just gonna remind us. It's just gonna remind to the team, to the people, to the manager, even with this store manager, and it's going to do these kind of things. And that's what in this video. And don't worry about these all those things. And if you wanted to build this exact project, same as like how exactly and how I did and what I did in this. Just comment below if you want this JSON file, or you can connect with me on LinkedIn. There also I can share it with you. And that's it in this video. And before I'm wrap up this video, I just wanted to take a couple of minutes. We started Shopify automations. Previously, I posted one is the order processing, then cart abandonment automation agent based on the checkout process. And this is the third video, that Shopify fulfillment and Shopify shipping notification automation. By using all of these automations, if we have any store in the Shopify that we are selling our products, then these all the automations was going to help us, and it's going to save a lot of time, because there isn't a manual work. There isn't a someone has to sit and to send an emails and they track the order and clicking that fulfillment details and filling that inventory and a lot of things. Of course, we just finished only the three automations, that Shopify fulfillment and shipping notification. This is the one, and previously two videos. We just done with the three videos, and the next video I'm gonna come up with the uh, refund automation from the Shopify, and there is a refund automation. There is a refund created trigger was there, and based on that, we are going to build that project. And I'm working on that project, and definitely again, I'm gonna take a couple of days, and then I'm gonna post it on the YouTube. By using all of these automations, we can automate all the Shopify operations as much as we can do, and that's what I'm trying to work on these days. And everything was anytime and the Shopify, and most of the time I'm trying to use the Superbase is the database. That's kind of database. Superbase was built on the top of the PostgreSQL, so that's why I love to work with the Superbase every time. It's an secure. It's not, I mean, what I'm trying to say, it's database is always secure, whether it could be MySQL or PostgreSQL or Microsoft SQL or any kind of databases. It's always secure, and I wanted to store any kind of data in that. That's why I'm using the Superbase here. I think we're almost done. We are almost done, and I'll try to come up with the another video. I'm gonna take a couple of days, and I'm gonna um, post that refine automation also in the coming days. And that was in a fourth video, and we'll see how it will goes exactly. Previously, I had a thought in my mind that was I need to make at least 10 automations, especially on the Shopify. But it seems to be, am I gonna get that 10 automations, or I'm gonna finish somewhere 7 8 or even 5 6? Let's see how it will goes. And I'll try to work on that. And whatever I'm doing on the Shopify automations and everything was, I'm gonna post it on the YouTube. And if you don't know still, if you're stuck with creating Shopify credentials with the N10, whether it could be Superbase, and these are the two important credentials. If you stuck with that, just let me know in the comment box, and then I'm gonna make a separate video on that. Might be I'm not showing exactly how we can get the all the credentials in these full long length videos, and I'll try to plan a make another video on separately on the credentials. And that's what I wanted to say in this video. I'll come up with the another video soon, and until then, see you. Thank you.